Ah, the so-called dead internet theory. What an astonishing triumph of mediocrity it represents. One would think that even the most elementary capacity for critical thought might serve as an antidote to such an absurd notion, but here we are wrestling with a pseudo-idea that has taken on the momentum of a runaway train. This isn't even a theory, it's nothing more than a glorified meme, regurgitated ad nauseum by those desperate to appear clever or insightful. In reality, it takes the intellectual equivalent of a damp sponge to buy into this nonsense. Let us begin by dissecting the logic behind this preposterous concept. The theory, if one is charitable enough to call it that, suggests that the internet is predominantly populated by bots, with human interaction being a rarity, if not a myth. The leap from acknowledging the existence of bots to concluding that everyone is a bot is so vast that it would make Evel Knievel blush. Only a person with a cognitive horsepower so underpowered that it barely registers could make such a gargantuan leap in reasoning. It's akin to discovering that some cars are self-driving and then hysterically proclaiming that all cars on the road must be autonomous. It's laughable, if it weren't so tragically embraced by the gullible. The dead internet theory, if we may even stoop to call it that, is not the product of sophisticated thought or careful reasoning. It is the result of mimetic replication. It's a parasitic idea, latching onto the minds of those who find solace in conspiracy rather than challenge in understanding. Just as a virus spreads most effectively among those with compromised immune systems, this so-called theory spreads among those whose intellectual defenses are weak, who are willing to embrace any notion that provides them with a cheap sense of superiority over the sheeple. Moreover, the proliferation of this nonsense can be traced directly to the alarming reality of our current digital age. The absolute absence of distinction between child and adult on the internet. The anonymity granted by the web means that one can never truly know who they are engaging with. This lack of transparency leads to an intellectual leveling, where the half-baked ideas of adolescents circulate with the same gravity as the considered opinions of adults. In this environment, the dead internet theory flourishes like a weed in an untended garden, nourished by the compost of ignorance and the rain of credulity. One might even argue that this is the inevitable result of allowing such unmediated interactions to dominate our digital landscape. When there is no barrier between the naivety of youth and the supposed wisdom of age, we get theories like this, an unholy amalgamation of juvenile suspicion and adult paranoia. The result is an intellectual quagmire where reason drowns and nonsense floats effortlessly to the surface. In sum, the dead internet theory is a mimetic disaster, a testament to the intellectual decay of our times. It is neither a serious theory nor a valid hypothesis. It is nothing more than a cynical ploy to sound clever, a hollow echo in the chamber of modern discourse. Let us hope that in time it will be consigned to the dustbin of internet history where it so rightly belongs, alongside flat earth theories and other relics of intellectual destitution.